Do you have a problem with prescription drugs?
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you have a problem? You.
But you people that like, after he died, you post pictures of him in support and all this. Like, well, this man was losing his shit. Where were you? And I'm not saying you had to be there for him, but you weren't there for him then. Don't be there for him now, because now he doesn't need it.
Stephan was everything the UFC stands for. His contributions to this company will never be forgotten, and he will be greatly missed by all of us.
Was born on April 4th, 1977 in Hammond, Indiana, and grew up in Munster, a small middle-class town in the northwest part of the state. His upbringing was relatively typical for a Midwestern boy, and from an early age, Bonnar had a competitive fire that set him apart. He was naturally athletic, excelling in multiple sports, but it was wrestling where he found his true calling.
When I was like 10, my mom took me and my brother to Pee Wee Wrestling, Llano, Cal City, Illinois, a couple towns over from Munster, and I loved it, you know?
It became an obsession for him during his high school years, where he quickly made a name for himself as a ferocious competitor. Munster High School, where he wrestled, gave Bonnar his first taste of structured combat. Bonnar then enrolled at Purdue University in West Lafayette, where he continued to hone his skills. While he didn't become a collegiate champion, his time on the Purdue wrestling team instilled in him a toughness and a work ethic that would carry him through his MMA career, where the constant demand for training and competing put physical stress on his body. To complement his wrestling, Bonnar began exploring other combat sports, including Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and boxing. The hybrid of skills Bonnar developed during this time was crucial, as it laid the foundation for his success in MMA, a sport that requires mastery of multiple fighting disciplines. Bonnar stumbled across the world of mixed martial arts in the late 90s, a time when the sport was still in its infancy and
everybody seen them first takes, boy. Everybody stumbled upon them first takes, boy. Hey, but y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. We back here again with another legend of the UFC, man. I didn't know Stephan Bonnar died, bro. I didn't know that, bro. That's crazy. Check the UFC Legend Reaction playlist, man, for more videos like this, bro. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go.
93 it came out, but I didn't get the VHS tape of it from a friend of mine until like 94. And, you know, I put it in and just fell in love. Like, here this Royce Gracie comes out. He's got like a gi on. So I think he's going to be punching and kicking, you know? And all of a sudden he's doing these submission holds. And I fell in love with it.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship, which had launched in 1993, was just starting to gain attention, but it was far from the multi-billion-dollar juggernaut it would become. Bonnar was captivated by the raw, primal nature of the sport and saw it as the perfect outlet for his competitive energy.
You know, the minute I saw it, it just hit me that this is the coolest thing ever. I remember going to wrestling practice after I saw the VHS tape of UFC 2 and trying to armbar people and getting yelled at by the coach. And then fast forward a couple years, it's 1997. I'm in college at Purdue, and Randy Couture is fighting Vitor Belfort. And to me, that was the moment when the sport really evolved.
After college, Bonnar decided to pursue a career in mixed martial arts. It was a risky decision. MMA fighters in the early 2000s didn't have the kind of financial security or mainstream exposure that professional athletes in other sports enjoyed. Most fighters barely made enough to support themselves, and the toll the sport took on their bodies was immense. Bonnar, however, was undeterred. He trained relentlessly, earning a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Carlson Gracie and sharpening his skills in Muay Thai. His combination of wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and striking made him a formidable opponent, and he began competing in regional MMA promotions, slowly building a reputation as a tough, scrappy fighter. Stephan Bonnar's life changed forever in 2005 when he was cast in the inaugural season of The Ultimate Fighter, a reality television show produced by the UFC.
Went home and went to UFC.tv. That's before someone else owned UFC.com back then. You believe that? Sure enough, they're like doing Ultimate Fighter Season 1. Send out audition tapes are due this Friday. It was like on a Wednesday. So I'm like, oh shit. They just wanted you to get in front of the camera and give a little bio, talk about yourself, and then put your matches on it. So I did that. Sent my audition VHS tape. A couple weeks later, I get a call, and it's the UFC, and they want me to come to Vegas for castings week, where pretty much they lock me in the Palace Station with 30 other guys. We're not allowed to leave, you know, so we're on watch. So we have to stay in the room. So it was my first experience of Vegas, looking out the Palace Station window at all the lights, and just imagine how fun it is out there.
The Ultimate Fighter was a gamble for the UFC, which was struggling to stay afloat at the time. The show brought together a group of up-and-coming fighters to live and trained together, competing for a six-figure UFC contract. Bonnar entered the show as a relative unknown, but his combination of fighting ability and charisma quickly made him a fan favorite. He was part of Team Liddell, coached by the legendary Chuck Liddell, and he made it to the finals, where he faced another rising star, Forrest Griffin. What happened next became one of the most significant moments in MMA history.
Crazy,
on
man.
April 9th, 2005, Stephan Bonnar and Forrest Griffin engaged in a brutal three-round war that would later be dubbed the fight that saved the UFC. The two fighters left everything in the cage, exchanging punches, kicks, and submissions in a bloody back-and-forth battle. The fight was an instant classic, captivating both die-hard MMA fans and casual viewers alike. Though Bonnar ultimately lost the fight by unanimous decision, the bout was so entertaining and so pivotal to the UFC's survival that both he and Griffin were awarded UFC contracts.
Frank, Lorenzo, and I have gotten together and we've decided there is no loser. And we're going to offer Stephan Bonnar a six-figure contract with the UFC.
That was hard.
That night, Bonnar became a household name, and the UFC experienced
That's probably the last time Dana was nice to Marlon.
Surge in popularity that helped secure its future.
Stephan Bonnar, Forrest Griffin come out. This fight was so small, it was at the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas, right? During 6 minutes of that fight, 12 million people tuned in for 6 minutes of that fight. You know how crazy that is? You know what insane numbers those are? Who was there that night? Was anybody actually in the arena? People were stomping their feet in the place. It sounded like a fucking train was going through that place.
Bonnar's fight with Griffin was later inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, and to this day, it is remembered as one of the greatest fights in the history of the sport. The bout was a defining moment not just for Bonnar, but for MMA as a whole, helping to bring the sport into the mainstream and setting the stage for its explosive growth in the years to come. In the years that followed his breakthrough on The Ultimate Fighter, Stephan Bonnar built a respectable career in the UFC. While he never captured a championship, he remained a fan favorite, known for his gritty, never-say-die attitude. Bonnar faced off against some of the biggest names in the sport, including Rashad Evans, John Jones, Mark Coleman, and Anderson Silva. Bonnar's fight against John Jones in 2009 was another high-profile moment. Jones, who would go on to become one of the greatest fighters in UFC history, was still an up-and-coming star at the time. Bonnar gave Jones a tough fight, showcasing his resilience even in defeat. Though he lost by decision, Bonnar earned respect for his durability and willingness to take on the best fighters in the world.
Do you think you could have beaten Jones if that fight went 5 rounds?
Well, Jones will tell you himself. He had nothing left in that third round. That's why I won it. He will. And the reason for that is because he got tired from whooping my ass.
And Jones said the single toughest fight he's had to this date in his career was your fight.
Well, it's because he hasn't had that feeling of having nothing left, and this guy just keeps coming. That's what I was doing. I took a beating, but then I kept pressuring him.
You raised the bar once again, just showing how tough.
I took a beating, but I kept pressuring him.
Not break your heart.
I needed that. Everyone else was criticizing me, and then you gave me a comment like that. See, that's why you are our leader on season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, right there.
Despite his success, Bonnar's UFC career was marked by inconsistency. Injuries began to pile up, the result of years of grueling training camps and punishing fights. He suffered from a variety of ailments, including torn ligaments, broken bones, and numerous concussions. As his body began to break down, Bonnar found it increasingly difficult to train and compete at the highest level. In 2012, Stephan Bonnar and his wife Andrea were expecting their first child. While considering names, they were drawn to Griffin in honor of Bonnar's legendary fight with Forrest Griffin. This was a heartfelt nod to this pivotal moment and the enduring respect and camaraderie that developed between Bonnar and Griffin over the years. In that same year, Bonnar faced Anderson Silva, widely regarded as one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, in a highly anticipated bout. The fight was a disaster for Bonnar. Silva dominated him from the opening bell, finishing him with a devastating knee in the first round. It was a humiliating.
They was sending him straight guards, man. These matchups just wasn't right, bro. Dana didn't match him up correctly, man.
Dominated him from the opening bell, finishing him with a devastating knee in the first round. It was a humiliating loss, and one that signaled the end of Bonnar's time as a top-level fighter. Following the loss to Silva, Bonnar announced his retirement from MMA. His body could no longer withstand the rigors of fighting, and he decided it was time to hang up his gloves. But while his fighting career was over, his struggles were just beginning.
I love martial arts, and I love teaching it. And it doesn't have to be about, fighting at the highest level or being in there in the UFC, It's fun to go in there and teach kids who want to learn.
Stephan Bonnar's retirement from MMA marked the beginning of the darkest chapter of his life. Without the structure and discipline of training for fights, Bonnar found himself increasingly adrift. His injuries, particularly the damage he had sustained to his back, neck, and knees, left him in constant pain, and he began relying on prescription painkillers to manage it. What started as a way to cope with physical pain soon spiraled into full-blown addiction. Bonnar became dependent on opioids, a class of drugs that has ravaged countless lives in the United States. The more he used, the more his life began to unravel. His marriage became strained, and he found himself increasingly isolated from friends and family. Bonnar's struggles with addiction were compounded by his legal troubles. In 2012, shortly after his retirement, it was revealed that Bonnar had failed a drug test following his fight with Anderson Silva. He tested positive for drostanolone, an anabolic steroid.
Stephan Bonnar just recently tested positive for steroids.
Obviously, did you not see his weighing pictures? Him sitting on the beach, he was ripped.
Niggas can't be ripped on the beach, bro. Without taking steroids? Dang!
Were you not surprised?
No, not surprised. I wasn't surprised for Dave Herman either.
What are your thoughts on Stephan Bonnar testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs?
I had no idea he did. I don't follow MMA and stuff like that, but I'm not surprised. He tested positive before, years ago, so. You know, Stephan Bonnar, he's UFC's golden boy, so he can do whatever he wants.
It wasn't the first time Bonnar had failed a drug test.
Like,
he had previously tested positive for steroids in 2006 after a fight with Forrest Griffin. The failed drug tests were a blow to Bonnar's reputation. Fans who had once cheered him as a gritty underdog now saw him as a tarnished figure. While steroids were not uncommon in MMA, especially during the sport's early years, the positive tests marked Bonnar as a cheater in the eyes of many fans. Stephan Bonnar's fight against Tito Ortiz in 2014 was partly due to his desire to step back into competition and make a statement after a 2-year hiatus from MMA. This bout, held at Bellator 131, represented a unique opportunity for Bonnar, as it was his only fight in the Bellator promotion. Known for his rivalry with Ortiz, the match offered Bonnar a chance to settle a personal and professional score. The lead-up to the fight was filled with intense, often theatrical trash talk and a personal animosity that added to the hype.
All I gotta say to you is, poor Jenna. I don't know how she put up with you all those years.
That geek, damn, he's hit about his wife. Hey, but...
For Bonnar, fighting Ortiz also presented an opportunity to reignite his career in MMA and potentially expand his presence in Bellator, even though he would ultimately lose by split decision.
2 years. How'd it feel after the first round?
I don't know. I trained hard. I did. I know it didn't look like it. Been on the shelf 2 years, and I'm in my upper 30s, so I feel like I'm getting old. Look at, I'm all busted up again. Is this really as much fun as it used to be in my 20s? I don't know.
When the fight was finished and they announced a split decision, what was going on through your mind?
Deja vu. Deja vu. Same thing I did with Forrest. Fucking gutted, go down to the ground, collapse. You know, I did my best. I tried. Sorry, guys.
He's a January.
Sore winner. How could he be such a... Be happy. You got the nod. You got the nod. Be happy. He's all pissed off. He's giving me the finger. You got the nod. Be happy.
At that point in his life, Bonnar's move to Bellator was also a bid for redemption after several career setbacks, including injuries and struggles outside the cage. The fight against Ortiz, a fellow MMA legend, allowed Bonnar to remind fans of his fighting spirit while competing against one of the sport's iconic figures. Despite his struggles, Stephan Bonnar made several attempts to turn his life around. In 2017, he transitioned to professional wrestling, signing with Impact Wrestling. The move was surprising to many, but for Bonnar, it was an opportunity to stay involved in combat sports while giving his body a break from the grueling demands of MMA. He had always been a fan of professional wrestling, and his larger-than-life persona made him a natural fit for the sport.
Hey, attention wrestlers out there. This is
American
Psycho Stephan Bonnar saying me and Phil Baroni, the real shooters, are gonna come.
Phil Baroni is his name. That's the one I watched, I think, before. I think he's from
Put
New
it
York or
hurting
something.
on you. You're gonna feel it when you're in there with us. Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit sore the next day. And you know what? That's gonna make me really happy because I do. I really enjoy putting pain, inflicting pain on people and making them know that they were in there with the UFC Hall of Famer. Ha!
Bonnar participated in several high-profile wrestling matches, including a memorable feud with Moose, a former NFL player turned wrestler. While his foray into pro wrestling was relatively short-lived, it provided a brief respite from his personal...
That was kind of hard, though.
Pro wrestling was relatively short-lived. It provided a brief respite from his personal demons. Bonnar seemed to enjoy the camaraderie of the wrestling world and the chance to perform in front of an audience again. In addition to his wrestling career, Bonnar worked as a commentator and analyst for various MMA promotions. His deep knowledge knowledge of the sport and his charismatic personality made him a natural on the microphone. He provided color commentary for organizations like AXS TV Fights and appeared as a guest analyst on several UFC broadcasts. While these ventures allowed Bonnar to stay connected to the world of fighting, they did little to address the underlying issues that plagued him. His addiction issues continued to overshadow his professional achievements, and his erratic behavior made it difficult for him to fully reintegrate into the MMA community. As Bonnar's addiction deepened, so did his legal problems. In 2018, he was arrested after a DUI incident in Nevada, where he was driving recklessly on the highway. When police stopped him, they found him incoherent and under the influence of drug. The arrest, which was caught on video, went viral, further damaging Bonnar's public image.
Oh, he tripping. Damn.
Come on out.
He was slumped, too. He was driving that motherfucker like that? Well, I'm glad they got him before he got him killed himself. They ain't got to do all that.
Wrong group of guys, dude.
Wrong group of guys.
Let's roll him over.
Why they, hold on, see, this is what I be talking about, bro. What is y'all talking about? The man ain't even talking back to y'all, first of all. Unless I'm missing something here. He wasn't even saying that. They were like, he beat the wrong group of guys. He's unconscious, boss. Take him, put him in the car, and be like, bro, what is, like, must have been fighting. He was fighting back? Let me know, I don't know. Was he fighting back? Like he something fell on the ground. Boom.
Take him down. You picked the wrong group of guys, dude.
You picked the wrong group of guys.
Let's roll him over.
Who are you, bro?
Bonnar later admitted in interviews that he had been struggling with addiction for years. He spoke candidly about the pressures of being a professional fighter and the toll it took on his mental and physical health. However, despite multiple attempts at rehabilitation, Bonnar found it difficult to escape the grip of his demons.
You have a career in MMA where you sustained several serious injuries, and you were pro wrestling at the point. What do you see for your athletic career at this point?
You know, I'm 44, and I was just pretty much done. I mean, I was doing this as a hobby. It was a fun way to get out of town on the weekends. I am not got my eyes set on any pro wrestling anytime soon, trust me. You know, I've had my fill. I've been getting injured my whole life. I've had my fun, you know. Been about 20 years of getting in there and entertaining and putting on a show, whether it be the MMA or the wrestling, and I'm pretty satisfied.
As the years went on, Stephan Bonnar's physical and mental health continued to deteriorate. He had also developed heart problems, which further complicated his health struggles. In 2021, he was involved in a bizarre incident at a hospital in Henderson, Nevada, where he allegedly became aggressive with staff after they refused to provide him with pain medication. The incident was caught on video.
I pro wrestled in Sacramento and came down with the flying elbow drop off the top rope, done the move hundreds of times, like jarred something in my back. But one thing I noticed right afterwards, my wrist stung a lot. So I went back, showered, and I woke up in the morning to not being able to move. I gotta figure something out here. I'm dying. Screw it. Every time I've checked myself in the ER with an injury, they'll at least throw me in a bed, throw like an IV painkiller or something in me to get the pain down and send me on my way with like a 30-day script for some like oral medication. And the doctor calls me back. He says, "What are you here for?" And I tell him the exact story about the 10 milligram prescription I get every month. And he says, "So you're here for pain management?" And I go, yes, I am. And he goes, "All right, well, have you been vaccinated?" And I'm like, "No." Like,
vaccinated?
You know, what does that have anything to do with this, man? No, I haven't been vaccinated, but that shouldn't matter to me. So they wouldn't see me. He goes, "All right, well, wait back outside on the other side of that gate."
Bro, I promise on everything I love, but he didn't ask you, was I vaccinated? I'd have slapped him. I'm not vaccinated. I'm hurting. Wham! What is you talking about? Am I vaccinated?
Hey, and I sat there for hours. And when I finally got it, they're not going to see me. And finally, I called the doctor. I'm like, "Doctor, are you going to see me?" And he's like, "No, we have more important cases. We got people dying here." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't take the stupid vaccine. I shouldn't have to get punished because of that." Ended up saying I got to leave. And then this next thing you know, the security's all around me. And I'm like, "Fine, I'll leave. So when the security starts nudging me from behind, he caught me off guard and I fell forward and I lose my balance and I go down and I have to plant my right hand out to save myself. And I was really angry. I'm like, "What are you doing to me, man? I got a broken back and you're pushing me?" I got really mad and I just wanted to clear some room and I swung my crutch a couple times back and forth just to clear it out. And then that freaked me out because I'm like, geez, swinging the crutch like that, they might just shoot me. So my only option I thought I could do is I saw open bathroom door and I scurried in there and locked it. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to document some of this. No one's gonna believe me.
Here, where are you going, doctor? Where are you going? I'm at Henderson Hospital.
and the doctor won't talk to me. Then let me talk to the doctor. I'm at Henderson Hospital, and they're gonna arrest me. They won't treat me because I get prescribed oxycodone 10 milligrams, and I got it filled a few weeks ago.
You're not allowed to record at a hospital.
Why not?
Privacy.
Well, why won't you see me? You did not see
can't
me.
record hospital. You gonna find
No,
out
he
today.
did not. I'm here to get treatment for a broken vertebrae. Have you treated my broken vertebrae yet? Yeah, you treated my.
Hey, that COVID shit had motherfuckers tweaked out. Motherfucker with mask on, you can't. No. They tricked out with that COVID.
What was my treatment? Hey, doctor. Here's a doctor. Hey, doctor on the left. You with your hand on the wall. Hey, what was my treatment? Huh? What did you tell me to do? Answer. Dude, we can see who you are. Look at this joke. I'm a doctor. I get all the ladies. Hey, what was my treatment? What did you recommend for me, face? Yeah, well, go yourself. Fuck, I can't come to the front of the car and record. It's either one or the other. I can't move. I can't move, man. I never went to a hospital. I went to a doctor's office, Dr. Stephan Bonnar, 2020 Palomino Lane, bone and joint specialist. My orthopedic surgeon is 17 years. Got a great relationship with him. That's why I go to him instead of going to the emergency room first. I'm coming to get treatment for a broken vertebrae, a fractured vertebrae. What's he doing? Yeah, he's gonna come choke me out. Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm that stupid. God. No, I can't sit, dumb. My back's broken. Stephan Bonnar. I'm a UFC Hall of Famer. I don't have my license on me or my debit card. You know why? Because the pharmacist at CVS forgot to give it back to me. You know when?
Damn.
When she was telling me I couldn't get my 7.5 milligram Norcos because, guess why? Because I recently had 10 milligram oxys filled. So they could only give me tramadol. The tramadol doesn't work. And the oxycodone 10
He must really want that. See, he want that. He want them, boy. He don't give a fuck what they talking about, man. He want no painkiller, man. Damn, this is tough. Yeah, this might be, yeah. He done ran out of them painkillers, man. He need them. Damn, bro. He was abusing them. That's tough. Fuck.
milligrams are all gone. So I came to the emergency room. Finally, after suffering with a fractured lumbar vertebrae, doctor, for a week. Yeah, you got something to say?
And once again, Bonnar's personal struggles were thrust into the spotlight.
They refuse me service because they think I'm a recovering alcoholic looking for a buzz. But, you know, they also probably knew I got that DUI on TMZ 3 years ago, which prompted me to totally quit drinking.
By this point, Bonnar had become estranged from many of his former UFC colleagues.
I've seen a whole lot of people on YouTube. I've seen, some of your colleagues, Diego. Everyone seems to be very concerned for you.
Hey, yeah, well, I need help, I'm worried about you. Well, it's not too helpful right now. If you think you're my friend and you think sitting there worried about me because you think I have a drug problem is going to fix it, like, that's fuck off then. That's why I've been being rude to people.
Friends and family expressed concern for his well-being, but it was clear that Bonnar was struggling with deep-seated issues that he couldn't overcome.
Do you have a problem with prescription drugs?
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you have a problem? Fuck you.
I mean, I think everyone's just really concerned with you, and I know that that's not enough for you. I mean,
no, they're concerned because they don't believe me, and they think I'm trying to score some pills.
Right.
Because I used to be a fucking drunk.
Have you reached out to the UFC?
They know about this. If they wanted to help me, they could easily help me. No, I'm not going to go, hey, man, can you throw me a bone? I don't need a bone. I need one, doctor's office visit, really, that someone will work with me, and a pharmacist, too. My condition pretty much deteriorated over the next couple of days. I think it's 4 or 5 days to where, I couldn't get up, down, nothing. I couldn't move. I was in so much pain. That night, I went to the ER, had someone take me, and luckily I was in such bad shape. They just pulled me in the wheelchair and took my blood, and that's all it took. They said, whoa, you have a really bad infection. They took some x-rays, and sure enough, on each side of my spine where the fracture was, there was these abscesses filled with staph. In the back, I had a really bad staph infection. Something was really wrong. Had I not got some medical treatment, this could have been fatal. It's a good chance for me to at least show I had legitimate concerns and was legitimately hurting and legitimately needed some medical attention that I got refused.
It kind of opened you up to a level of scrutiny from the fans, and it obviously led to a lot of the questions that I had, a lot of the accusations that you read online. He's on drugs, he's exhibiting drug-seeking behavior, he's an addict, this is all part of the addiction and all. Do you regret coming forward and doing this, or is there any sense of like anything you wish you could have taken back?
Yeah, I regret that day, like going to that ER and having it turn into that. I went in there like humble and like seeking treatment. I was legitimately in a lot of pain and suffering from something that I didn't even know I was suffering from. Yeah, I wish I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want to get kicked off of Instagram or, you know.
On December 22nd, 2022, Stephan Bonnar passed away at the age of 45. Initially, his death was presumed to be due to heart complications.
He shared the octagon with Anderson, Tito, John Jones. Passing away of heart complications at such a young age of 45 is just something that is just so hard to take in.
We might not be here if it wasn't for him and Forrest Griffin in the fight they put on in The Ultimate Fighter.
Thank you for paving the way for me. I was the first woman to win The Ultimate Fighter, and I would have never been given that opportunity if it wasn't for Stephan Bonnar and his fight with Forrest Griffin putting the UFC on the map. So thank you, Stephan Bonnar. Rest in paradise, and much love and prayers to your family.
But a later report from the Clark County Coroner's Office in Nevada revealed that his death resulted from an accidental overdose.
I don't get.
Specifically, the coroner's findings
They had to announce it. Never mind.
Indicated that Bonnar had fatal levels of fentanyl in his system at the time of death. Bonnar's death sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Fighters, fans, and promoters who had known and admired him expressed their grief and paid tribute to his contributions to the sport.
You guys just lost one of the true, pioneers of the sport.
Damn.
How hard was it seeing, Stephan passing away a couple weeks back?
It was devastating. I had someone text me and they tried calling me. I called them back and they gave me the news. Man, I was on my knees crying. I loved Stephan. He worked my corner for one of my UFC fights. Man, we were brothers. We stayed in contact, and he was doing good, man. He was finally turning the curve. He was getting his shit together. So rest in peace, Stephan. I love you.
I mean, when he was in pain, bro. If you in pain, bro, and you go from the alcohol was keeping him all right. He was in the alcohol was cool. They took the alcohol away from him. He was like, man.
And
there's always humor mixed in.
Pretty rough shape. Frank Lorenzo and we started filming The Ultimate Fighter. The UFC was obvious.
Pioneers.
In late 2004, we started filming The Ultimate Fighter. The UFC was obviously in pretty rough shape. Frank Lorenzo and I were producing the reality show as a last-ditch effort to turn things around. Stephan Bonnar is one of the most important figures in the history of this company and mixed martial arts. That's why the Tough One finale between Stephan and Forrest is the first fight ever inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame. The fans loved him because he was incredibly entertaining and he was so tough, and Stephan Bonnar was a real fighter. Stephan was everything the UFC stands for. His contributions to this company will never be forgotten, and he will be greatly missed by all of us.
In death, as in life, Stephan Bonnar's legacy is complicated. On the one hand, he will forever be remembered as a fighter who helped bring mixed martial arts into the mainstream. His fight with Forrest Griffin is enshrined in the UFC Hall of Fame, and his contributions to the sport are undeniable. On the other hand, Bonnar's life serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of addiction and the toll that professional sports can take on an individual's mental and physical health. His battles with drugs, legal troubles, and health issues tarnished his legacy and serve as a sobering reminder of the human cost of greatness.
Fans, thank you so much. I've spilled pints and pints of blood for you guys over the years. It's thoroughly been my pleasure. I know I'm sick in the head and I need help, but I mean it. I love you guys.
Stephan
Bonnar
will always be remembered as a fighter.
Greatness, bro, you gotta sacrifice.
For many fans, Bonnar
you gotta sacrifice too much.
Represents the heart and soul of MMA, a tough, gritty competitor who gave everything he had, no matter the odds. Bonnar's life was defined by his ability to endure punishment, both in the cage and in his personal life. He fought his demons with the same intensity that he fought his opponents, but in the end, those demons proved too much for him to overcome. For all his flaws, Stephan Bonnar was a man who inspired countless people with his toughness, his charisma, and his passion for fighting. His legacy, like his life, is complex, but it is one that will endure in the hearts of MMA fans for years to come.
Man, just got a couple people to thank. I'm nothing more than a fan like you guys,
And shout out to Stephan Bonnar, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to him, bro. Rest in peace, bro. Man, shout out to anybody who out there, bro. I just told y'all. I got a couple people I know that got addiction, bro. It's tough. It's tough, man. Just, hey, keep your head up and try to stay focused, man. You gotta find something to do in your life. Find like a passion. Find something that you actually like. Not something that you forcing yourself to do. I'm saying, if you find something you like to do and just focus on that, man, you can kind of like, just find something to do all day, every day, man. Don't be idle. Idle hands do the devil work, man. But hey, like, comment, subscribe, bro. I'm gonna see y'all in that video, man. Y'all already know what's going on.